In this segment, I'm going to take a look at the mirror image and rotating functions, and they're found down here on the editing toolbar at the bottom of your workspace. And of course right now you can see that they're gray, which means I would need to first select an object before I could use these tools. So you'll notice if I go ahead and choose the select tool and click on one of these rectangles, that these tools become available for use. Now I guess a rectangle is probably not the most logical of objects for flipping, mirror imaging, and vertically and horizontally, just because well, it's a perfect shape and you won't even notice if I flip it over. So what I'm going to do is just use my outline tool, my parallel fill tool, and digitize a shape. And so I'll just go ahead and digitize some sort of a irregular looking shape. Nothing special, I guess, just something. Okay, so now I have a shape on my screen, and if I select that, I choose my select tool, and immediately the last object that I created becomes selected. And once that's selected, you'll notice that I have mirror or flip vertically, flip horizontally, and rotate by 45 degrees. These three buttons. So we'll take a look at the first one. Flip vertically, it flips it over, and then if I click it again, it flips it back. And same thing, flip horizontally, flip it one way or the other. Now the rotate tool, this is specifically a 45 degree rotation. So that's 45, now 90, and each time you click on it, it's 45 degrees. So if I click on it, I guess 8 times, it would put it back to the original place that it was. Now it's possible to rotate by any number of degrees, but this tool is specifically a 45 degree rotation tool. So if you want to rotate something by a specific number of degrees, you need to do it visually, and I'm just going to zoom in and show you how that works. So you can see that I have this blue shape selected, and when I first select it, I get square handles, and the square handles are what you would use to resize your shape or stretch your shape. Now if I click on it a second time, the handles became open handles. And when the handles are open, you can use them to rotate. And this little spot right here, it's a dot inside of a circle, that becomes the rotation point. So for example, if I grab on one of these corner handles, I can rotate around that rotation point. But if I want to, I could, for example, move the rotation point, and I'm going to move it down to the bottom of this shape and put it right there. And now if I grab on one of these rotation handles, you'll see that it rotates around that rotation point. So I can rotate to any specific angle I want. In fact, as I mouse over this and rotate, can you see, if you look very closely where my mouse is, it tells me how many degrees I've moved. So this is 24 degrees, 25, 26, and when I let go, it moves the object. So remember, this is the rotation point, and if you want to do a rotation, so I'm going to start over. I'll click and let go of this object, zoom out. If you want to rotate an object, you first of all click on it to select it. Then you click on it a second time to open up the handles, to give you the rotation handles. And when you have, oops, I clicked off and that let go of the object. That's a normal thing. I just simply need to click on it again, and now I have the rotation handles and I can rotate it. So remember, if you click on it the first time, you get solid handles. Click again, you get the rotation handles. So that's how you can use, first of all, the flip vertical and horizontal tools and the 45 degree rotation tool, or you can use the select tool to select an object and then rotate it using the open handles to absolutely any specific rotation angle that you need.